We are back.
Yes, we are.
What's this?
So we on episode 3.
Episode 3, y'all.
Yes.
We are so excited to be back with you guys. Hopefully you guys have been keeping up with us this season. And then if you are new here, that you have caught up with season 1, just go back through our playlist and you can watch all of season 1 and then catch up on episode 1 and 2 of this season here at Take Account Of Podcast.
Right.
I am your co-host, LaToya Dixon. I am the resident business consultant, professor, advisor, psychologist.
All of it.
All of the above.
Yes. She helps everyone. All right. I'm Tiffany Wilson. I am you guys' enrolled agent. I help everybody with tax issues. I help business owners set up businesses. Anything that's dealing with a business, I'm here for you.
She the money person.
That part.
The money girl.
Yes, that part.
You got money issues.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You go see Tiffany.
Yeah.
So this episode is all about clarity is the new currency.
I like that.
Right?
That's catchy.
If your mind is clear, you can do it.
All right, you got to be clear. The mind got to be clear.
If your mind is clear, you can make some money.
You can make some great decisions,
right,
too.
You can make some great decisions. You can make some good money.
Right.
So with this episode, this is all about helping you guys internalize the struggles as failures, and making sure that you are understanding how to get on track and stay on track when it comes to your business, and just be clear in your thought process, clear in your strategies.
Right.
Clear in the way that you're going to do this thing.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, they don't have the clarity to move forward day to day.
Yep.
Yep. And that's what messes up a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Is not having clarity in what to do in the direction and which way to go.
You know what happens? As business owners, we are so excited to start our business that we just jump into it.
Yeah.
Fully. It's like a new swimmer, maybe even a non-swimmer.
Yeah.
Jumping into the deep end thinking that they can swim.
Been there before.
You know, literally. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. But one thing that I keep hearing from business owners is that I've tried everything. I've tried A to Z. I've tried Z to A, and nothing's working and nothing's sticking. And a lot of people walked away last year feeling like a failure in their business.
Yeah.
What about you? What were you getting?
Somewhat the same thing, because you have a lot of people, they start new initiatives and stuff, and then they're just like, oh my God, what am I doing here? How did I even get into this? And I'm like, did you even think it out?
Right.
And then some of the people that has already been in business, they may have new ideas that they thought about, and they sometimes had to say, you know what, I don't need to do this. Like, I'm spending more money than what I needed to be doing.
Yeah, what I need to be doing. Yeah. So I think, we talking about clarity is the new currency. That means that if everything is clear, the path is clear, the strategies is clear, there's no stress involved.
Yeah.
You can really do some things. So this episode is not about motivating you guys per se, but it's more so about talking through how to find clarity when it comes to your business, your brand, your passion, so that you can make some currency. We're living in some strange times.
We are.
So currency is the thing.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Clarity is the thing.
Yeah, because we need clarity these days. Ooh.
So
we definitely do.
All right. Okay, we are back. Welcome back to Take Account Of Podcast. Today we are talking about something that a lot of business owners don't realize until it's too late and they're exhausted and they are overwhelmed and they are discouraged. Today's episode is about misalignment.
You're right.
Making sure that we're walking a clear path.
Yeah.
In our business journey.
Yeah.
So, tell to me, when we think about what misalignment looks like, This shows up when your business doesn't match the capacity, right?
Correct.
When you're saying yes to everything,
Mm-hmm.
because you like, I need to get some money. So I'm gonna take this job. I don't
Right.
really even know how to do this, but I'm gonna do this too.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then when your pricing doesn't reflect the work, and we've both been there.
Yeah, that's true. Because you kind of hesitant on, should I raise my pricing and stuff like that, because will your customers or your clients, will they be perceptive of it, and will it move you forward into a different direction?
Yeah.
You know, for like the new year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and I've had clients have to deal with that because they may kind of be hesitant on like, okay, should I go up on my pricing or should I stay at the same price, you know, for the new year? But sometimes you do need to go up because every year everything goes up.
Right.
Because of the economy.
The cost of living goes up. If you deal with products, some of your supplies, they go up.
Right. Software. All of that.
If you have partners that are not necessarily in your business, those fees can go up.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to offset that by also increasing your pricing, because if you don't increase your pricing, you can find yourself in the red.
You can.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've seen that in many situations. You know.
And so you find yourself stuck in a position where you're not meeting your goals.
Exactly.
Whether they're financial goals or, you know, brand awareness goals or whatever the goals are, you're not meeting those goals because you are not, the structure and the misalignment is not
it's not aligned with your goals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you spending more money out probably like on liabilities and stuff, and you like, okay, why am I spending all this extra money? I need to handle that, take care of that.
You need to go through and do an audit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You and you know, it's crazy that you say that because like at the top of the year, I felt that. You know, I was like, hold on. I was like, I'm spending too much on this. I need to do a realignment of my entire business before the year even gets started.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay, I knew I had certain things that I needed to pay off. And like credit cards is one of them that'll get you.
Yeah.
Because you will go into the deep end with like spending so much on credit cards all year because you probably had to. You needed it to fund certain things with the business.
Yeah.
And then you see yourself paying like all this money towards a credit card and you like, hold on, I'm spending too much on liabilities.
Yep.
So I need to get this out the door.
Yep.
I need to get rid of this.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So you have to really like check yourself and say, hey, let me pay this off or get it down so it's not too high, you know, before the new year gets here. So stuff like that.
Would you say that the misalignment in the financial aspect of it or the accounting aspect of it is people not planning for the future or planning for their new
like year or project or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah, I would say somewhat, because sometimes we will rely on credit cards and stuff and loans, you know, too much.
What does that really mean when you are relying on credit cards and loans so much?
When you're doing that means you did not budget correctly for your business and stuff like that. Like you once again, you didn't charge enough, you know, for the year to put money to the side, because you need to have savings every year to account for certain projects and stuff like that.
I agree.
You know,
I agree. Would you say that it has something to do with the cash flow in the business?
That could be a problem because, you know, with this economy being so bad, like you might have planned for it honestly at the top, and then you may have had a situation where you may have lost some clientele. They ghost you, didn't pay you. You get what I'm saying?
We've all had that.
Yes. So then that messes you up. So you thinking that this revenue is going to be your revenue for that year.
Yeah, your projection.
Your projection is all off.
Yeah.
So you like thrown totally off, and you like, wait a minute, I projected I was going to have XYZ amount of sales to pay for this project that I got going on. And
you don't.
And I don't.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not even
right
to be even, you know, I know we joke a lot about certain things, but when it comes down to, you know, you already are projecting, I'm doing every single thing that I need to do, and still it's not meeting, like the two lines are not meeting where they need to meet.
Man.
When you are reviewing with your clients and talking about the balance sheet, income statement, all of those things like that, do you talk to them about how the patterns of their spending or their income, how that can have their business off track?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like even like last year, like it may be been a couple of people where I wanted to talk about payroll stuff, because I was like, if you don't, if say for instance you're doing payroll and you're doing it, too soon from the date that you need to submit it to be able to pay your people, then it may cause you to possibly bounce the payroll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're like, okay, I done messed up. Done submitted payroll too soon. You need to do it on the date that you know that money is going to be in that account. That's one issue. Or don't buy something and you know the money ain't in there. Or you keep saying, I gotta have this, it's gonna take my business to a whole nother level, a whole nother plateau. And you so gun-ho about doing this, and you done overspent.
Because you don't have a plan.
Because you didn't have a plan.
Right. You say, I see this.
Right.
But what's the plan? Like, I find myself talking to my clients, and this is something that I pride myself on.
Right.
If you want something new in your business, you want a new piece of equipment, you want to hire more staff, things like that.
Right.
We need to project for that. We need to already know what that looks like, so that once you buy that new piece of equipment, or increase your marketing dollars, or hire a new employee, that you're not shell shocked.
No, seriously.
Like, you need to know, like, we may think that we need a new employee, but when we really sit down and do the numbers, we can't afford it.
We can't afford it.
We cannot afford it.
All right.
And sometimes that is when you have to outsource.
Yeah, you do. You have to outsource.
Yep.
But one time I did some crazy stuff for my own business.
I
thought I was going. It didn't have nothing to do with employees,
okay.
But no, this was for a product.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's crazy. I had always talked about I wanted to boost the tax side of my business with better software. I was like, no, I feel like they needed something more, with the taxes. And I'm like, it ain't much more you're going to give a person doing their tax return.
Right.
I'm up here thinking about reports and all this stuff.
For taxes?
So, I kid you not.
Okay.
And it's so many different programs out here, and they will have you thinking like, I need this, I need that. And vendors, I'm telling you, salespeople will take you to a whole nother level.
They'll talk you through it.
Yeah, so that particular year was the year my father had passed.
Okay.
So, my mind went...
You're vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Yeah, you're very
so my
vulnerable.
mind wasn't that clear. So this lady called me, and when I say her sales pitch was to the highest power, and she done taught me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm tired of that program I'm using. I was like, yeah, it sucks. I was like, it's cheap. I done talked about the program so much, y'all. I dogged it out.
She done talked herself out the program.
So the thing was, it was nothing wrong with my program. Like, my dad was even using that program. He used it when it first opened up. And he told me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree with that.
So, and I used to always say that. And I used to be like, no, I got to have this program, though. I got to have this. Because this particular program, they supposed to be one of the top of the line.
Okay.
And so when the lady did the demo, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm like, oh, I like this already. Not paying attention. I'm sitting there doing continuing education this whole time, right, while she's talking to me. One, I should have pressed pause on that. I should have said,
continue education? Okay.
What I should have did was say, stop what you're doing, fully give her your attention, and figure out exactly what message she's trying to give you about this new product.
Right.
So I could have her undivided attention, and I could see what the issues would have been done on. I could have caught the mistakes before I purchased it. Because what happened, I'm going through the demo, and I'm like, yeah, this it. One, I failed to see that my computers were not aligned with that program.
Okay, so
that was the
incompatibility.
Issue. Right.
Okay.
So then, when it was time to sign the paperwork, I didn't read that fine print.
Ooh.
That fine print at that end where they tell you, this is final. You cannot get out of this.
my whole spirit just jumped out my body because I already know what that can do to you.
And so remind you, this wasn't a treat program. I like tripled the amount of what I was paying for this program.
She went bananas.
So I'm thinking that, this is the one.
Yeah, that high price make you think that it is for you and the one.
Right.
And being that you were in a vulnerable state, you didn't have any clarity.
I didn't have any clarity. My clarity was gone. It was so bad, y'all. I done emailed the lady boss and thinking,
Lord.
look, and the lady boss was like, we're sorry, but you cannot get out of this.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
And the lady was just like, we can't, because in the way the lady was talking to me, no refunds. And I was like this.
Baby, they got you locked and loaded, okay?
I was locked and loaded. And I was like this. So you mean to tell me that we don't have a 15-day grace period?
No, ma'am.
Not even 30?
No, ma'am. The ink went dry, and they told Tiffany, bye-bye
and
to
I was
your
like
Monday.
This. I said, this ain't right. I said, no, we can't do this. We can't do this.
Yeah, but
that
was a very costly mistake, though.
When I say very costly mistake, and it was not in my budget at all, because remind you, that was probably it was in August.
Okay.
So remind you, that was extension season. That was not in the regular tax season.
So even though it wasn't high peak, it was still peak.
It was peak.
Yeah.
Because we were still doing taxes and stuff, and I'm up here preparing for the new year. This was a program I was trying to purchase for the new year.
Right.
And I was just like, well, okay. I was like, I can make this work, you know, because we'll get ready for it and stuff like that. But, girl, the only thing I could use with that program was an organizer. And I said,
that was a costly organizer.
When I say,
we ain't gonna talk about how much it costs. I know.
When I say that organizer, and it was bootleg.
Oh.
Because when you got
you done paid all this money for some bootleggedness?
Yes.
Some foolery?
Because when
buffoonery?
Yes. Because when we took it, I said, I had to look at it twice. I said, so this all I'm getting? Like, you know, because I was saying to myself out there, because basically what they wanted me to do was upgrade my operating system in my computers.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do that because I'm like, I got all these computers. I'm like, I don't want to upgrade nothing. I'm like, I don't want to buy no new computer.
Right.
I said, you going to have my computer crashing.
When the smoke cleared,
right.
The reality was, I made a boo-boo.
Yeah, I made a boo-boo.
Yeah, I made a costly boo-boo.
When I say that was the worst boo-boo I ever made in my life.
So, you know, when it comes down to it, was it stressful?
Absolutely.
Did it hit your bottom line?
Man.
It killed your bottom line.
Dog.
Disaster.
Right.
Disaster.
Right. I was so done. I was like over it. And then, I couldn't really, but the thing was, I had to honestly, I couldn't really get mad at nobody. All I could get mad at was myself.
Right.
Because I was like, she was clear on everything.
She said no refund. She said final.
She was clear in the beginning, and I didn't listen.
But
yep.
I think this is what happens when even, a salesperson is not going to know what's going on in your personal life.
They not.
And at the moment,
right,
you were overwhelmed. You were vulnerable.
Right.
You were probably under some distress.
Right.
And you were making a decision based on, hey, I would love to do this in my business. I feel like this is going to be really good for my clients and and how I want to elevate my business. But at the same time, there was not a moment for you to take a step back, digest the information that the person was giving you so that you can make a very clear and educated decision.
It was emotional. Yeah. I made an emotional decision. Yeah. And that's what I think a lot of people do. They make emotional decisions, and that can take the clarity out of it, and it can kill your business.
It can kill your business, and it can kill your energy.
Yes.
What we think, sometimes, we have small mistakes along the way.
Exactly.
You might hire the wrong person on your staff. You may, purchase more inventory than what you need because you think that you're going to have a peak in your season. But when it comes down to investing in your business, we do not want that to backfire on us.
No, not at all.
Sometimes it's unavoidable, and that sucks your energy.
Right.
It makes you feel like, hey, why am I even doing this anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Is it even worth me, continue with this business? Because
Exactly.
that's a blow that could take your business right on out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be very passionate. That might be your main income.
Right.
So we want to make sure that when you are thinking about things, when it comes down to clarity,
right,
make sure that
right.
you're in a positive space to make the best decision for your business.
Exactly.
Meaning that, there's no outside stress from like family and outside of your business, and that there's no internal stress that will throw you off on making the best decision to elevate your business. We all want to elevate our business.
Exactly.
We all want to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
It's very rare that you find a business owner that's like, I'm fine where I'm at and I'm okay.
Yeah, that's.
But you have some people who like, hey,
they don't like change. There's a lot of people that don't like change.
They don't like change.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And they're like, hey, I'm making enough money to fulfill my lifestyle.
They settle. They settle for stuff.
In my way of living. So
and it's not good to settle. You gotta make changes and stuff when it comes to business.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to make a whole 180.
No, just maybe a slight change. Nothing that's gonna just take you under. You know?
But you want to make sure that if you're offering services, you're offering the best service that you can deliver to your client.
Exactly.
If you're offering products, you're offering the best product that you can deliver to your clients, because that's what keep people coming back.
Absolutely.
That's what keep people coming back.
Absolutely.
When you think about financial clarity, let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about financial clarity.
Okay.
When you start a business, how much? I won't say how much you need to have in the bank, because that's gonna vary per your business.
Yeah, because it depends on the type too.
Right.
Yeah, the type of business.
You want to make sure that you're starting off with some type of cushion
and some type of startup cost.
Yeah, the startup cost and a little cash flow. Cash flow. So, how do people, if you're just starting out, how do people build cash flow into their business?
Well, depending on like you say, depending on the business, I would say do a business plan. Like, it ain't got to be it ain't got to be no
like a strict plan,
right?
But some kind of outline.
Exactly. So you'll kind of know how much money you will need to start up your business. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's cash flow is going to be different. Yeah. Like, when I started my business, we didn't even really need a lot of cash flow, because we knew that we needed programs, we know we needed computers, things like that. We had to choose whether we were going to finance them personally, or whether we were going to, borrow money or something like that, So I guess the main thing is map out the plan to see how much cash flow you're going to need. Because if you have an inventory business, you're going to have to set out money to the side for your inventory, because you got to be able to, have something to sell. Got to have product.
I mean, you can have product and sell, or you can be an on-demand type of business.
Now, I forgot about that. You can do it on demand. Yeah, depending on clientele, and stuff like that. Because I have seen situations like that where it's on demand.
And you don't have to have that.
And you don't have to have
inventory overhead. Yeah, that's costly.
That can be.
I know.
And then, like, if it's a restaurant, that's different.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a bar, restaurant, club.
Yeah, you got
that's gonna be
food waste costs.
Man,
and all of
it's
that
a lot of costs that come in for that.
Yeah.
So you have to think about. You almost have to get a loan to start off. And you know what I'm saying?
And that could be hard for people. And trying to pay the loan in the midst of building the business. And
a lot of because now it's gotten so bad because the economy has been kind of up in the air with them giving money, because when we had the situation with the pandemic, it's such a risk for a lot of banks.
Yes. But we are in risky times.
Yeah, we're in risky times. So the thing was, like, what I found out with a lot of the banks and stuff, they do a lot of their lending at the top of the year because they're trying to get their quota up and stuff like that. So they may give you like a line of credit at the top of the year, because you got bankers that's like, no, if they see a business is going to be good and pay them back, they're going to give it out then. Right. That's really the time to do it at the top of the year.
Also, you know, like you said, they have to meet a quota. They have to have their numbers up. They have to sell their products as well. You know, banks are definitely in the business of selling products and services. Absolutely.
They want your business.
Because if you're not getting it from that bank, you're going to go to another one.
You're going to try.
You're going to go until somebody tell you yes.
And some just picky as crap. I'm talking about they very conservative.
Yeah.
Some are like,
we ain't gonna name no names.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
But
I know I know a lot of them that they're like no.
Especially
and they gonna tell
now.
you,
especially now.
They gonna tell you like, no, I'm sorry, you know, because so many people have done fraud, and so many people have just, I mean, it's been out of control with stuff with businesses and stuff. So so like I said, a lot of times with starting a new business, you almost have to fund your business yourself in the beginning, which is what I did when I first started.
I did too.
I think I might have funded I didn't start tapping into my credit until like my business credit until probably like year, oh God, maybe like year 10.
Wow.
I'm serious.
Well, I think
like year 10.
Yeah. For my product-based business, it was like year 3.
Okay, but you had to because of the type of business it was.
Yeah. It was high inventory.
Yeah, high inventory.
We had a high overhead because we had stores and employees and things like
that.
Had
to pay rent and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Man.
So that's why I say it just depends on the industry.
Okay.
Depends on the industry and what you actually need your cash, for.
What you need it for.
Yeah.
You might just need it to show that you got money in the bank. So that you can go get a loan for your business.
Because a lot of the lending companies they're going to check. Like I tell people, it's kind of a myth that they're not going to touch your personal credit. Because you got to be a guarantor to
the loan.
To the loan.
Yeah.
Like, you may get that loan because these capital loans will really get you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been there,
Me too.
So
Me too.
You get them.
Especially inside of your merchant service. Those are the ones that get you the most.
Oh, my God. They get you so heavily because
they see sales, how much money you make.
Yes, they see your sales coming in, and it feel like you're getting robbed.
Yes.
Like when the payback, goes back to them, and you be like looking like this, like, wait a minute now, I done brought in about 5 G's a day, and I got about $100.
Because they got to get their processing fee. They got to get the
loan fee back.
The loan fee back.
Right.
You might have gave a discount to somebody. It's a number of things.
It's a lot of number of things.
When you look at the end of the day, you
like, was this even worth it?
Yeah. So let's talk about some signs that shows a business owner that they're misaligned. And things are not clear in their business.
Some of the signs that I probably have seen, like, to a business owner, like when their stuff is probably unclear, is when they're feeling like they're feeling like they don't have enough money in the bank, to cover things each month. So they're kind of like something's wrong. Like
they consistently busy but not consistently profitable.
So they're like, how is I see the money coming in, but it's a certain amount that I need to see in this bank account each month because I got to make sure I'm clearing these bills. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it can be kind of stressful because you're thinking like, wow, like am I really, making the money to sustain, or do I really need to be in business?
It's like a hamster on the hamster wheel. Like you running on this hamster wheel, you running, you always find that you're busy.
Right.
And then that does not equate dollars in the bank.
Right. Because you're looking at your account and you're like, well, God dang.
Like, rough out here in these streets.
Yeah, no, seriously. Because I haven't been there before. Like, I'll be like, do I need to go get a part-time job? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm glad you said that because that's my next point. My next point is always pivoting without a strategy.
Without a strategy.
That's another way of knowing that you're misaligned.
Right.
And you don't have a clear strategy or you don't have a clear plan in your business. Is that you're always pivoting because you're trying to make the ends meet. But you're pivoting without a strategy. You're almost in panic mode. Like the day today, when I was talking to you on my way in, I was talking to you about people being in survival mode.
Right.
People are in survival
mode.
They're
in survival mode.
They're like, hey, moving and shaking, trying to figure out where the next dollar is going to come from. Ooh. And really, there's no strategy behind it because you guys know that I'm an educator, and in the collegiate world, enrollment is down overall, and people are faculty are losing their jobs. companies are, you know, universities are reorging and things like that.
Right.
And in talking to students, I have heard that, hey, I'm really just in school for the refund check.
No, right.
Like, one of my colleagues told me that she talked to one of her students, and the student said, hey, I'm going to sue the university because my advisor told me that, with my financial advisor told me that I was going to get enough money back for me to buy a car.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's not good. That's not good.
This is where, when you don't have a plan and you are trying to pay, what is it, rob Peter to pay Paul?
Pay Paul, yeah. It's not good.
And you're always pivoting. So that's another point. So the first point is you are constantly busy, but you're not profitable.
Not profitable.
The second point is that you're always pivoting and you don't have a strategy.
Yeah.
It's just like you talk to people like, well, what's going on with you? Oh, well, last week you said you was doing X, Y, Z, and this week you're doing ABC.
I've seen a lot of people like that.
You know, those things, that's a second point to say that, you know, you're misaligning your business and you're losing currency because you don't have the clarity that you need to move forward in your business. Another point is having unclear offers. Like, you doing everything.
Oh, my God.
You offer everything.
And I've seen that, too, where I used to tell people when they open up so many different businesses, and I said, just be good at one.
Yeah.
And make that one so great.
Make that one great.
And do so good in it. And stop trying to open up. You dipping your hands in about 5 different industries. And
you're not proficient at one.
When I say none of them work, not one. And I be looking at the person like, so what made you start this? Like,
and I'm gonna tell you, Tiffany is definitely gonna ask you, what are you doing here? Like, what is the purpose of this? And I think
I'm not understanding it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so lost. I'm just like, I be like saying to people like, interesting. That's just like when people would tell me, they be like, oh, I thought you was a realtor too. Or I thought you was an attorney. I said, now, that's not what I wanted to do in life. I didn't go to school for that. I barely got in there accounting. You know what I'm saying? But, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I done had so many people telling me, oh, I thought you was an attorney. I was like, when did I say I was an attorney? I said, when did I go to a courthouse for somebody?
Oh, Lord.
I said, maybe for a ticket.
Nope.
But not...
Moving on.
Right.
Moving
that
on.
Part.
We ain't gonna get into that.
But I'm just saying, like, where you get that from?
Right.
Like, but, do I have it on my forehead? Attorney.
But
lawyer.
having unclear offers, like where you just do everything. Like, I know I'm a jack of all trades. You know that.
Exactly.
I enjoy doing a lot of things. I'm very well versed in a lot of things.
Right.
But I am gonna definitely say that, you know, when something is not in my wheelhouse, I'm not doing that. And with trying to refine and make sure that you stay within your lane, especially me being a consultant, a lot of my clients think I can do everything.
But see, they be misunderstanding the word pivot. You see what I'm saying? Because they be thinking we telling them to pivot in everything.
No.
we
want to make sure that you have...
Stay in your industry.
That's right.
And figure out different services to pivot from.
Right.
Like, it's called being a hustler. You hustling your money.
Well,
you know?
Well, I think that in order to figure out what are the good offerings and clear offerings for your business, business owners need to do a SWOT analysis. You need to find out the things that you're good at, the things that you're not so good at, opportunities that are outside of your control, trends, demands from your customers, and things like that, as well as threats that are to your industry or to your business directly, and then make sure that you are building strong, clear offers for the clients that you want to serve. Absolutely. So that's the point 3. That's the third sign that you are misaligned in your business and you are losing currency because things are not clear. The fourth sign is emotional
decisions.
Business decisions.
Oh my goodness.
Emotional.
Woo!
Let's say that together, Tiffany.
Emotional business decisions
will kill your business.
Like what I did, what I was talking about earlier. It didn't kill it.
It didn't kill it, but
when I did it, I was up
it
there.
It gave you a good little jab.
I thought
in
I
your
was
real
going to have
cage.
a heart attack because I was like...
Tiffany went over there.
I said, wait a minute now.
Oh, Lord.
I said, they got my money.
And they had you in the chokehold.
But I'm going to tell you this. The great part about it, I didn't have to pay the full amount up front. I could do it in installments, but after I did that last installment, baby, I had a dance going on about that one.
But it hurts. It hurts to know that you are spending money.
That I wasted money on
something that
I did not use.
That you can't use. I did not use. That was not beneficial to your business. That, took away from you being able to, if you were trying to hire some additional people for a high peak season.
Because I could have did that. I could have used that money to actually hire someone to assist me throughout the tax season instead of, spending it on that product. Because that product, I was like...
Almost going solo the whole season. Just because of an emotional business decision. So making sure that when it comes down to your business... When someone approaches you or you think this is something that is good for your business, just take a step back.
All right.
If they are pressuring you to make a decision that day, that is not for your business.
That's not for you.
I was telling you about a particular program that I was interested in being a part of that could help elevate my business.
Right.
But the offer was today and it ends at midnight.
Wow. Like you got to do it.
But I was on a call with you at 7:00 at night. There is not enough time for me to think about if
and to make that full decision.
If making an educated decision and not an emotional decision that can end up devastating me financially.
Yeah, your savings, all that kind of stuff.
Or emotionally.
Yeah.
So the fourth point is those emotional business decisions that you're making that misalign you and your business.
Right.
And then the final point is reactive pricing.
All right.
Meaning that your pricing is everywhere.
Oh, that's true.
Your pricing is too low or your pricing is too high and you're reacting. You're reacting to, okay, well, I saw my competition, they were at $500 an hour, so I need to be at $500 an hour, but you may not be giving that value for $500 an hour just because the competition is doing that.
And that's the key thing, value.
Yes.
Value pricing.
Yes. So making sure that your pricing is right. And that pricing is not just the price that you charge. That is including any cost of goods, any cost of putting the business together, any marketing. It's a number of expenses that go into the price that we charge.
Absolutely.
As a business owner. So we want to make sure that as a business owner, we are not being reactive to pricing.
Correct.
That we're being proactive to pricing. And that can
not
definitely
reactive.
that can definitely help us in the long run. So those are 5 signs and 5 examples of showing that you're misaligned and you're missing money. Or you spending money.
Unnecessary money
because things are not clear.
All right.
Right? So, you know me. I always got to ask for my tips from Tip. So give me, and I'm going to make sure that I count them this time because last episode.
Yeah, I didn't count my tips.
Well, last episode, I was like, I think it was 3, but you waited with just 2.
Yeah.
So give me 3 tips on, making sure that you stay aligned in your business. Okay.
Let's see. So the first tip I would say is do not be emotional buying. Stop it.
Okay.
Because that almost killed me.
Speaking from a personal standpoint, y'all, but this is really good advice. 2,
be clear of all offers. Just be clear. Just be clear, And number 3, stop being too busy and slow down and just,
take
your time with your business so you can be profitable.
Yeah.
Because when you're too busy and you're not paying attention, then that's when stuff you're just all over the place. Like, stop being all over the place.
Yeah, you make mistakes.
You're going to make mistakes.
It's okay to slow down.
Yeah, slow down.
It's okay to slow down. That's one thing that I have to practice as well. I think that's something that, as a business owner, especially if you're a solopreneur,
Right.
or,
Exactly.
you don't have a hobby business and this business is your main income,
Right.
that you need to slow down and just be mindful.
Right. Be mindful.
So,
Yep.
I'm going to say a question that you can ask yourself to make sure that you are aligning your business so that you can reap all these benefits of your hard-earned work is, does my business structure support the life that I want to live?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
We see the lifestyles of the rich and famous. They might be dating us a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's true though, because a lot of people, they try to be so much like other people, and they not paying attention to what they can bring to the table.
Yeah,
they're paying attention.
The
they pay attention to so many other people's businesses, and they don't focus on what's my gift. What do I have to offer to the world?
That's unique. That's filling a void in my customer's life.
Right.
Cause some of y'all out here trying to keep up with the TikTok Joneses.
No, seriously though, and I'll be like, focus on what you're doing. Stop focusing on everybody else.
Yeah. Make sure it aligns with the lifestyle that you want to live. In order to make sure that it's aligned, you have to make sure that there is clarity. All the way through it.
All the way through. And that's the problem. A lot of people just not doing it. And that's probably why we are so misaligned.
Yeah.
With these businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we keep want to blame it on everybody. The economy,
everybody else,
the government, they want to blame it on everybody, but they're not blaming it on themselves.
Everybody else can get some blame,
because we can sometimes be our own like downfall of every stuff that we do.
Yeah, like the old people say, you can be your own worst enemy.
And worst enemy.
Yeah, you can tell your business now.
You can,
very
because we done seen that too many times
very quickly,
and we used to be like, what is he or she doing? Like, that ain't even the right path they supposed to be taking now.
Doing the wrong thing.
But they looking at everybody else, and they're not focusing on what they need to focus on.
Why is this person making this much money and my business not making this much money, and I've been in business this long and they've been in business this long and all these things? It could be because your competition has more clarity in what they're doing. Have more purpose in what they're doing. Have a clear strategy and are executing their plan of action in a way that it is reaping the dollars and reaping the revenue that you would like to have. So when it comes down to money and goals, what would you say when it comes down to misalignment and aligning your
money and goals?
Yeah.
Like I tell anybody, like, I'm always a goal-driven person. Like, I'm always planning. You know what I'm saying?
She is.
Like, you honestly have to plan every day.
You should.
Weekly, you should.
Your to-do list every day is a plan.
Because I remember when I first, probably like when I was in high school, when I was really understanding business, when I would pay attention to my dad. And I used to laugh at it because he would be like, okay, sit down, let's do your to-do list. And I used to be like, why am I doing this to-do list? Like, I used to shun upon it because I used to be like, why am I doing this? This is so boring, And I used to be like, why am I doing this? But then it made sense the older I got. And then when I got my own business, I said, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
to-do list, everything.
You got to plan every day.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have, like, you need to finish something every day. Something needs to be completed. Yeah, it needs to be completed.
Day.
Because a lot of times, people get distracted by so many things. The phone, social media, you know what I'm saying? Television. Because we'll be, like, sitting there working, and you're like, hold on. Somebody done called me. I done lost my train of thought.
And sometimes it's just poor management of time.
Exactly. Time management. And that's the thing. So it's like, it's so much of that. Like, you got to plan. You got to have time management and stuff like that. And I think every business needs to have that. They need to focus on that. So that way, their money can be managed properly.
Right.
And stuff. And they'll have the clarity that they need to operate their business. You know?
So I would say that, closing out this episode with you guys, that misalignment is fixable. It is not, you're not going to fall off. You might fall out into the deep end.
Right.
You can get back to the side and, get yourself together and regroup and things like that. It's not it's not a death sentence.
Absolutely.
However, you want to make sure that in what you're doing, you got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That you're avoiding those misalignments, the
Right.
emotional, the reactive pricing, all those things like that, and that you're making clear decisions that can move your business forward, because clarity
Mm-hmm.
truly equals currency.
Right.
It does. When you are clear, it's just like in your personal life. When you are clear
Right.
on what you do and who you are as a person, everything that you want and all the things of your heart that you desire come into fruition.
Right.
It is the same thing when it comes to your business.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. Anything you like to say to the people before we close this out?
Let's just keep clarity this year, and let's stop getting misaligned, so that way we can move forward and our businesses will be a lot better than what they are.
Yeah.
That way if we keep clarity, I think we'll be good.
Yep. So clarity, I would say clarity also is the survival of sustainability.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's the takeaway.
Yep.
For y'all this episode.
Exactly.
Thank y'all for joining us for episode 3 of Take Account of Podcast.
Right.
I am LaToya Dixon, your resident consultant, and your business psychologist.
Yes, I am Tiffany Wilson, your enroll agent, and you can find me at www.checkandbalancefirm.com.
All right. Look like you almost didn't know that.
Next.
Okay, and you can make sure that you guys reach out to us, make some comments, you know what I'm saying? Make some comments below. We definitely respond to you guys. Also like, share, and follow and subscribe. Do all the YouTube and Spotify things.
Right.
Join us on social media, on Instagram and on Facebook at Take Account of Podcast. Watch the old episodes.
Yes, catch up.
Catch up with us.
We're moving fast.
Episode 4 is on its
way.
Peace.
Peace.